The Air Jordan 31 continues the legacy begun by the original Air Jordan 1, paying tribute through design cues and colorways. Flyweave and leather come together above a full-length zoom unit for comfort and support. This particular pair was released to celebrate Team USA in the 2016 Olympic Games. Let's take a look.
Hey all, what is up? Reese here, and I've got a brand new sneaker pickup to show you. What we're looking at today is the Air Jordan 31 in the Team USA colorway. The colors listed on the box are white, university red, and deep royal blue. These were released on August 10th, 2016 with a retail price of $185. This was one of two pairs released to celebrate the 2016 Olympic Games. We got the USA colorway, and then another pair that paid tribute to the Brazilian flag since the 2016 Games were held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The Air Jordan 31 was designed by Tate Kurbis, and I may have totally butchered his name, but what he wanted to do was really use it as a platform to pay tribute to the Air Jordan 1. So without doing that, without being too overt in how they did that, there were just a couple touches that were added, kind of harkening back to the original Air Jordan. You have a swoosh featured on the upper, which is not something we've seen outside of Nike Air branding at the heel since the original Air Jordan 1. And in addition to that, they brought back the Wings logo up there on the inside collar, and we'll be able to see that a little bit better in the close-up. So those were just some touches that were brought to kind of celebrate the legacy of the Air Jordan 1, in addition to multiple colorways that have been inspired by the one. You've had the band pair already released, shattered backboards are coming up soon. There was even a pair called the Fine Print, which were black and white, so a pretty simple colorway, but then underneath the translucent outsole you had Michael Jordan's signature from his original 1984 contract. So kind of just in that case paying tribute just to the origins of the sneaker line that eventually became the brand, which is pretty cool. One thing I love about the branding on this, and I know some people aren't a huge fan of the giant Jumpman here right behind the swoosh. One thing that I love is so when you combine the swoosh, the Wings logo, and the Jumpman, you kind of got a full circle experience of the branding that's been involved, because the swoosh harkens back to the fact that originally this was just one signature shoe that was released by Nike, and so it's incredible that it's grown into its own brand. And so from there you've also got the Wings logo, which is the original Air Jordan logo, and then we bring that up to today, to 2016, with the current logo for the brand, which is the Jumpman. I think that's just a really cool inspiration. They didn't go overboard, trying to take the design and overall styling and shape and everything of the Air Jordan 1 and cram brand new technology into it, because that would have ended up looking like some weird Frankenstein. So I think they did a great job of paying tribute without going overboard, and it's something that turned out really great. As far as colorways go, this is by far my favorite one that's been released. I love just how it fades to white in the back. It's got a really clean look. And like I said, I think we're gonna see some more Air Jordan 1 inspired colorways coming out throughout 2017, so I'm excited for those, but definitely this was my favorite pair to pick up. I think they look great. So with all that said, let's dive into a close-up look, and we can go through the materials and design, colors, and really everything going on with this sneaker. Here we go with a close-up look of the Air Jordan 31 in the Team USA colorway. Before we get into the shoe, we'll take a quick look at the box. You've got the 31 logo there on the top, and then on the ends of the top you've got, again, the 31 logo, and then over here underneath the stickers is the Jumpman. Down for the bottom part of the box you've got a pattern that imitates the weave pattern on the shoe. And then what I think is really cool about this box is, so if you flip up the lid, you've got that Nike swoosh, which is like, basically it's like if you folded the box from an original Air Jordan 1 inside out, that's what you'd have there. So just another quick tribute to the Air Jordan 1. On the paper, you've got the Wings logo and the 31 logo. Moving on now to the shoes themselves. The upper is a mix of two materials. Up at the front, you've got Flyweave, which is basically Jordan Brand's version of Flyknit. It's kind of a basketball specific implementation. It's weaved a lot tighter, it's a lot like stiffer and thicker and a little more durable. And so the idea is that you lose some of the like super breathable benefits of Flyknit, but it also creates a much more durable material that's better for basketball and kind of the wear you put on it with your foot moving from side to side and forward to back a little bit in the shoe. One thing that's nice to see is that is just Flyweave. There's no like backing or glue or anything like what we saw with the Kobe 9 Elite highs, for example. I know that was a big thing for a lot of people. But so with this Flyweave, we've got basically that dark royal blue or deep royal blue up at the toe. And it's important to note that the deep royal blue on these, like that's a really accurate color name. It doesn't pop nearly as much as like a typical royal blue or even as these kind of look like they might in pictures online. I don't think that's a problem, just something to note. But so it goes from almost all blue and it fades. You can see more white gets involved as we get near the middle and back of the shoe. And then in that dark blue again, you've got the swoosh outline and it kind of fades off as we get to the back. You've got the same thing on the inside. The tongue also features a similar fade up into white. With that Flyweave up at the top of the tongue, you've got a synthetic tab with the Jumpman on the outside. On the inside there's a logo that in the center features a basketball, and then you've got like the world and then an interpretation of the Brazilian flag, again just paying tribute to the 2016 Olympic Games. There is red flywire poking through all along for the eyelets, white laces with a red to blue fade on the tip. The back end of the shoe then transitions from that Flyweave into a synthetic leather, and it's cool how the transition, like it's not just like, okay, there's a line and the two are sewed together. It kind of like gradually moves over, which is pretty neat. And so the idea behind using the synthetic leather is this is an area where you don't need the same mobility and breathability that the knit material provides. And leather is a little bit better at providing some additional support and lockdown where you really need it. So it's cool that they were able to transition the materials in that way and really do that for the benefit of the wearer. You've got the giant Jumpman back there in a pretty bright university red. It's a lot brighter there than it is down here, for example. On the inside, there's no Jumpman, but there is that Wings logo embossed right there. Now, one neat feature about the upper is you've got this booty here in the back, and so it's totally, this blue part right here is totally separate from the leather around it. And you've actually got some like pods inside of it that work, they have a lot of padding, and so they really help get a good lockdown and keep you supported once you tie these up and lace them up pretty tight. The insole, you're not gonna be able to see super well, but it's dark blue with a red Jumpman. Getting out to the midsole now, you've got flight speed technology right along there, combined with a full-length zoom setup for pretty decent cushioning. You've got kind of a fade on this midsole top line. You've got that dark red fading then into a blue, and then back here you've got flight speed right there, and then it's blue and it fades back into red again. Right at the heel you've got the 31 logo, and then whipping around to the other side it's the blue into red again. The bottom part of the midsole then is just all white. Flipping to the outsole now, you can see that red or pinkish unit is the full-length zoom setup. You've got a translucent outsole on top of that with an interesting kind of like overlaid herringbone pattern that ends up just kind of being a diamond pattern. I think it would have been kind of cool to see like USA in big letters under here, because like I said, the fine print colorway had that signature under there, the band colorway says band, so it would have been interesting to see some sort of recognition there of the inspiration for the colorway. Although at the same time I can understand why they didn't do that, just to make it a little more versatile, especially outside of the USA. Got the Jumpman right there in royal blue. And that about wraps it up for this shoe. Like I said, I was really happy to pick these up. I think this is a great colorway. It's my favorite of the 31, at least what we've seen so far. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the 31, if you have a pair, if you like them or not, and then which colorway was your favorite, or maybe you don't have one. Just let me know your thoughts on the shoe. As always, like the video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content. And thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.